remember those days, those L's. I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge.
Yo, what's up guys and welcome back. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported me with the first playing card launch. Overwhelmed with the amount of support that you guys have given me, throughout the past year. So again, thank you very much. That being said, I promised you a tutorial. So in this deck, if you have purchased this deck, if not, by the way, link in the description. We got the black ones, we got the red ones. They're both still available. If you do not have this deck, I'm still going to teach this trick, and this can be applied to other gaff cards. What we call gaff cards are basically cards that are used for magic tricks that aren't normal. In this deck, you do receive a few little gaff cards. First one is this one. So that one I've already explained on a past video. He's actually holding the 7 of diamonds, and there's a really cool reveal associated with that, so you guys can play around with that. But today, we're gonna look at the gaff card, which is my favorite gaff card, this here. So this is a trick that I came up with, but obviously you can make it your own and you can change it up all you like. I'm gonna show you 2 different handlings, one quicker visual, more for the camera, and 2, one that you can perform for the spectator, whoever that may be. But obviously take this idea and run with it. So without any further ado, let's get into looking at the first handling, which is this right here. So you want to get the gaff card, you want to get the Queen of Hearts, and you want to get the 4 of Spades. Put those together and you get this one. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. Now, there are a billion handles that you could come up with to make this trick happen. I really like this one. This is a trick, I believe, by Chris Mayhew, and it is super simple. Maybe even Chris Westfall, he does it as well. Both great magicians, Canadian as well. So for this, the order of which you're going to put the cards in is basically gaff, so gimmick card on top. And either one of these 2, it doesn't matter, because all we're doing here is you're going to go ahead and get a double lift on the first card. So under that top card, you have the gimmick. So that's a double lift there. You're going to use that double lift to turn the second one. And then you're going to put these 2 cards basically over top and drop it all back on top. And now take the top card here and push off the second card. So to the spectator's memory, we have the Queen of Hearts and the 4 of Spades, or the Queen of Hearts and 4 of Spades, whatever. When in actuality, we have is the gaff card here and the other card here, which doesn't really matter. What we're going to be doing here is simulating the idea that these 2 cards are going to fuse together and drop down on the table in one sweet motion. Now, practice this because it does take a little bit of practice, but when you hit it right, it really does look like they come together and sort of are formed into one card here. So you kind of give them a little justification like this, and then when you're ready, it falls down. And all you're doing is kind of you're doing like a little rub-a-dub vanish. So what you're gonna do is when this comes out here, you're sort of pushing it out with your thumb, holding it with your fingers here. And when you come up, as you come down, this one gets retracted, and then that one gets thrown down. But it looks like one motion. You want it to look, you don't want it to be like where one of the cards gets pulled out or off to the side. You want it to kind of line up equally and fall straight down on the table. So try not to like have it fall down like that. Try to have it float down kind of very lightly at the fingertips like that. And selling that motion first, I think, is key. And you can, once you're here, you want to make sure that you get a good idea that the card is separate from the deck, that these are 2 cards. And as you come in, pulling away with that hand. So kind of looks like they fuse into one, and then you can reveal that that card is fused. that is the first trick. All right, for trick number 2, this one requires a spectator, and this is my favorite presentation of this trick. A little bit of a backstory very quickly. When doing a color changing card in the spectator's hand, I've always had a problem with that trick. Now what that trick is in essence, let's say the spectator picks this card, and then I ask them to hold their hand out. I then place the card in their hand, and then look for their card, can't find it, and in their hand is their selection. That's color changing card in spectator's hand. The problem with that I've always had and that a lot of magicians struggle with is audience management. Because a lot of times if you're performing for people you don't know or friends and family, oftentimes people will want to peek prematurely at the card because it's weird to be like, here, hold it face down, and then you're like, you're putting their hands together. You're like, don't move, don't look at the card, don't do it. It's a bit weird. It's a bit strange to do that to someone because then they feel the opposite. It's like saying, don't think of a yellow cat. First thing you're gonna do is think of a yellow cat. So instead of having them being like, oh, I want to look at the card, and you being like, don't look at it, not yet. I decided to lean into it instead. So go the opposite route and create a separate comical yet still magical effect using this card, and this is how it goes. We can run the quick performance that I did for Antoine to give you guys a demonstration of this trick. Antoine, can I show you a card trick? Okay, come here. You don't have a choice. Very risky, very, very crazy. Okay, we're gonna get crazy in this place.
Impress me.
Okay. All right. Say stop whenever you like.
Stop.
Right there.
Yep.
This is going to be your card. The Queen of Hearts, good choice.
Okay.
Nice little card. Magicians, normally we lose the card and then we find the card. That's just how magic kind of works with cards. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to lose the card anywhere into this deck, kind of like that, right? Mm-hmm. Completely gone. Free choice, card is gone. But what if I snap my fingers right now and the card was on top? That'd be kind of impressive. Watch. 1, 2, 3. Obviously not your card. That would have been real magic, though. It would have been real magic. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that a step further. As a magician, I'm going to help locate your card using this card. I'm gonna transform this card into your card. So hold your hand out. Just about here, perfect, and put your other hand on top of it. Now we know that is not the card you selected at first, right?
Yeah.
We know that.
You do.
But you also,
yeah.
You also know, right? We're 100% sure.
Can I look at it?
I mean, fine. If you want to look at it to prove, fine, whatever. Have a look at it. See, it wasn't done. It wasn't done transforming into your card. You ruined my card forever. If you'd have just been patient for a second, you can keep it. You ruined my card.
Sure.
Get out of here.
It's mine now.
Get out of here.
Thank you.
Worst spectator ever. Thanks, Antoine. Basically what happens here, this is the setup. Your setup is as follows. You have one of the two, it doesn't matter which one. You have one of the two on top, gimmick in the middle, last card, and those all go on top. So on top we have a normal card, gimmick, normal card. You're going to do a riffle force here, very easy. You cut half the deck into the middle, so all 3 cards are here. You hold a pinky break with this finger, could be a large one, could be a small one, doesn't matter. You ask them to say stop whenever, no matter where they stop. You lift at the break, bring those to the top, have a look at that card. Now at this point it's okay if you see it, you tell the spectator, okay, this is now your card. Now magicians like to lose and find cards, so all you're gonna do with this card, really simple, you actually lose it in the deck. So it doesn't matter where you put it, you can do that very fairly, you can have them push it in, make sure it's still the card, have them push it in, and it is completely lost. So at this point, you're gonna snap your fingers just like an ambitious card and have the card come to the top. Obviously, the card is not gonna be on top. Now I've done a double lift here. You still have the gimmick on top. So you're gonna snap your fingers and you're gonna create that drama and say, hey, here is your card. Obviously not your card, I've seen your card. This looks nothing like it. Hold your hand out, they hold their hand out. This will be the hand for now. Little subtlety here when handing over a card to a spectator. I like to give them this image as they hold their hand out and then adjust their hand. So it gives me a justification to turn this around, adjust their hand, and then put it in face down. This is your card, here, go ahead. Actually, just right about here, and then you put it in. Just a nice little justification for turning the card around. Now, once that's in their hand, most people who are clever enough will instinctively, intuitively know that this is now the other card they've chosen. You can choose to misdirect them and all that, but that's not the point of this trick. The point is, We want them to look at this card, but we want it to be their decision, which is really funny. So you're gonna hand this off to them, and the first thing I say is, all right, we know for a fact that that is not your card that you're holding in your hand right now. We know that for a fact. And I emphasize that because it creates a seed of doubt in the spectator's mind where they're like, do we though? Do we really know? And that seed of doubt is going to help us in our trick. If they peek at it prematurely without saying anything, awesome, trick's done. If they don't doubt it, you kind of egg them on a little bit because eventually they all kind of fold and you kind of say, we know for a fact, there's one thing that we know that we're certain is that you trust me that that's not your card. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to come up with to give them that seed of doubt. And then you'll see their face, they'll kind of go like this, or they'll go, can I look at it? And when they say that, I usually go, so we know this is, and then they go, can I look at it? You go, well, I mean, the trick's not done. You're supposed to wait till the magician tells you. You know, and you make it really awkward on them. They're like, oh, sorry, you know? And then you're like, fine, you know what? Have a look. It wasn't done. I'm not finished with the trick, but you can go ahead and have a look. And now they turn the card over, and when they see this, legit reactions are like, is it heat activated? They're so baffled by this image because it's such a weird thing to look at. And then I just tell them, yeah, you would have waited 30 seconds longer. That would have been your card. Now it's kind of stuck in between. You've ruined my card. You can keep this as a souvenir. I don't need it. And it's a funny, magical thing that they get to keep on, they get to hold this. And I've seen people like alone after I perform this be like, yeah, it's heat activated. I wasn't ready when it, and they actually buy it. So it's a fun little thing that you can do. A quick take on the color changing card in spectator's hand that you guys can do. Obviously make it your own, change up the pattern, change up the trick, rip the card, throw the deck away, invent a new one. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. It's yours now. Have fun and play with it. That is included in these playing cards. Haven't done one of these in a long time, so thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, leave a like, subscribe for new here, link below for the cards, and we'll see you on the next video.